Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I'm Shamela Pula and here's what we have in the bulletin.
Tropical storm watch now in effect for Jamaica. 3 men shot and killed during a police shootout in St. Catherine. And later in sports, West Indies defeats Bangladesh in second one-day international in thrilling Super Over.
Here are the details. A tropical storm watch is now in effect for Jamaica. This means heavy rain and winds associated with Tropical Storm Melissa could affect the country. Tropical Storm Melissa formed in the Central Caribbean today. Meteorologist TVJ's Ramin Robinson provided an update on the system.
This means that tropical storm conditions could pose a possible threat to Jamaica within 48 hours. Satellite radar and surface observations suggest that the area of low pressure over the Central Caribbean is developing a well-defined center, and we have already seen winds reaching 72 kilometers per hour.
Conditions are forecast to become more favorable for further development over the next few days.
It is expected to slow down over the Central Caribbean just towards the southeast of Jamaica. When the system is near Jamaica, it's expected to produce localized heavy rainfall, strong gusty winds, and possibly we could see some tropical storm force winds mainly across sections of the northeast and southern parishes late on Wednesday as well as on Thursday, while the rainfall is expected to continue into the weekend.
3 men are dead and 2 police officers injured. This following an alleged shootout between police and gunmen along the Linstead bypass about 10:30 Monday night. According to reports, a white motor car with 5 men was intercepted by the police. This is when the men opened fire, which resulted in a shootout. 3 of the men were shot and later pronounced dead at hospital. 2 others escaped. 2 police officers were injured, 1 treated and released. The other remains hospitalized in stable condition. 2 firearms were recovered from the scene. A major manhunt is underway for the fugitives. The incident follows ongoing operations targeting armed gangs in St. Catherine. Indicom has been notified and is investigating. In the meantime, ODPEM says it is in emergency discussions as the country braces for the possible impact of Tropical Storm Melissa. Authorities are expected to update the nation later today. Earlier this year, local government minister Desmond McKenzie said the country was in a state of readiness. Mr. McKenzie said shelters were visited and assessed by ODPEM, along with the ministers of Labour and Social Security and Health and Wellness. Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, is again urging the immediate holding of fresh elections for the Association of Local Government Authorities of Jamaica, ALGA-J. Mr. Swaby cited the organization's failure to adequately represent the interests of local councillors.
Speaking to TVJ News recently, Mayor of Kingston Andrew Swaby criticized ALGA-J for what he described as a breakdown in its core functions. This is to serve as both a lobby group and union for councillors across the island.
We have not met. As I said, there was an attempt to have a meeting last year to have the election of officer. I believe it was a sham. The leadership of ALGA, I would say that there was wanted meeting and there were some unfortunate activities and it wasn't held. Well, it was aborted. My understanding is that since then nothing has been held. I've gone to executive meeting and I've asked when is the new AGM date to be set, and I've not got a good answer. I have not gone back to any meeting since then.
The mayor said that members of ALGA-J have only received occasional newsletters. He says this is no substitute for proper reporting or accountability.
That a newsletter cannot be a report. They are the lobby body for the councillors. They are our union, and they should be talking to issues that affect councillors. But apart from that, it doesn't speak well to democracy, because to have us as elected representatives, we can't conduct our internal affairs in a decent way. In this context of decent way, what I mean by having AGM, let our membership say yay or nay to of us continuing in leadership. And that's the problem I have with ALGA.
Mr. Swaby pointed to the fact that the association has not held an annual general meeting, AGM, for over 5 years. He argues that this undermines both transparency and democratic governance within the organization.
I am calling for some sort of resolution to the issue. I believe that one resolution would be, an appropriate resolution would be for ALGA to call an annual general meeting and for us to have an elected new officer. If it is the same Mr. Mirage go back and he's elected, no problem. But I believe that we should have a meeting. I'm certain that there are persons who are interested in looking at how ALGA run and believe that we should change the direction that ALGA is going in.
With cardiovascular disease remaining the world's leading cause of death, one urologist is calling for more defibrillators across Jamaica, including in public spaces. Speaking on TVJ Smile Jamaica Tuesday, District Governor of the Rotary International District 7020 and consultant urologist at the University Hospital of the West Indies, Professor William Aiken, stressed the importance of these machines.
An acute cardiac event in public, and very often people don't know how to do CPR, they don't know basic life support, and no defibrillator is available. And the science has shown if you have a person who knows how to do CPR and a defibrillator available, the chances or the likelihood of survival of this acute cardiac arrest is much more likely than if those are not present.
He says this is critical in areas such as schools, sporting events and airports for at least one defibrillator to be present. In collaboration with the Rotary Club, the Heart Foundation will ensure people know how to use the machines placed in public spaces.
We have already made some contact with the Heart Foundation of Jamaica to find out how much it costs, and it's approximately $2,400 US. The Heart Foundation will do the training, the basic life support, and it would do the training of persons to use the defibrillator. Although I must add that the defibrillators that are put in public spaces are very easy to use. You put the electrodes on, it will tell you whether it is appropriate to use the defibrillator or not. It will tell you where to place the paddles.
Professor Aiken says that a lack of adequate exercise, stress and hypertension are some major factors that can lead to cardiovascular disease. The Poor Relief Department in the KCMC has been receiving numerous inquiries from individuals and organizations. Acting Inspector of Poor Donna K. Brady says these persons are showing an interest to assist with the feeding program.
We have a team who would have heard the message that was sent out by His Worship the Mayor for us to have coordinated feeding through our 65 Hanover Street location, and we are happy to see that a group, they have decided to comply and to adhere to this call. So they came in, they were able to feed the homeless population and feed some residents in the shelter, and we truly appreciate the gesture. You can see how accomplished they felt based on the tears that you would have seen from the main organizer, Miss Nikisha Flash.
She made the remarks recently while speaking at a feeding event for the homeless. Ms. Brady says the department welcomes support from partners to ensure ongoing assistance for shelter residents.
What you see is collaboration, cooperation and partnership, basically saving on our resources, allowing us to provide services in other areas so we can touch additional lives with the funds that we have, as well as cater to other needs, so medical care and you name it. So we're asking persons to come in, be a part of the process. Civic pride is of much importance. Feeding on the street contributes to garbage and the entire littering of downtown Kingston, which is something that we're trying to move away from at the KCMC.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. The National Environment and Planning Agency says it is probing a reported fish kill alongside sections of the Palisadoes Strip on Monday. NEPA says a site visit was conducted Monday morning, which revealed that the fish kill was caused by eutrophication. Eutrophication is when excessive nutrients lead to low oxygen that can kill fish. NEPA says its ongoing probe will be assisted by the National Fisheries Authority, as well as the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard and the Marine Police. In the interim, the agencies are advising members of the public to refrain from fishing, collecting or eating fish or other marine life from the affected area until further notice. It's now time for the Business Minute.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says robotics will become a part of the everyday life of Jamaicans by the year 2030. He revealed that the country is not likely to discover oil in any quantity that will create a boom, and as a result, the country must diversify its economic base beyond the reliance on natural resources. Further afield, Amazon Web Services AWS said late Monday that it had resolved a massive outage that knocked out the world's largest websites offline for much of the day. More than 1,000 apps and websites, including social media platforms like Snapchat and banks such as Lloyds and Halifax, were impacted by problems that Amazon said were at the heart of the cloud computing giant's operations in the US. The platform outage monitor down detectors said user reports of problems globally soared to more than 11 million during the outage on Monday. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Carrie-Ann Simpson.
And it's time for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, is warning of a resurgence of cholera in Haiti. The UN OCHA says new infections have been detected after 11 weeks with no reported cases. Between October 5 and 11, officials recorded over 20 confirmed cases and 5 deaths. Haiti's health ministry, supported by PAHO and other partners, has stepped up cleanup operations, public education efforts, and distribution of water and hygiene kits. And on the international scene, Japan has made history. Staunch conservative Sanae Takaichi has been elected the country's first female prime minister, breaking barriers in a political landscape long dominated by older men. Takaichi takes office at a challenging time with economic troubles, political division, and a visit from US President Donald Trump just days away. Among her top priorities is tackling the rising cost of living, including the price of rice, which has nearly doubled since last year. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Aliyah Bryant.
Thank you, Alia. We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.